of Qwerky color, and today I will be doing a hair transformation on myself. I'll be bleaching my roots and also touching up my color, so I just figured I'll show you guys how I do it. Let's go! So the first thing that you need is bleach powder, 30 volume developer, a container to mix the dyes, and some clips that you'll use to like clip up your hair, some gloves, and something to protect your clothes. This is a clothing cover, or you can also use like a plastic bag if that's what you have at home. And of course you'll need a comb also. So when bleaching your hair, you want to start with like day 2 or day 3 hair. Don't bleach your hair when you have freshly washed hair, because all the natural oils from your hair can actually help to protect your scalp when you're bleaching it. So I'm just gonna wear my clothing cover. It looks like this, and there's just a hole that you can put your head in. And a trick that I like to do is to take the ends and tie them up so that it doesn't fly about when you're bleaching or coloring your hair. And I also got my gloves. I almost forgot to mention, but you also need like some kind of brush to apply the mixture. Let's prepare the bleach. You just need to follow the instructions on the back when bleaching your hair. So mine says that I need to mix the bleach powder and developer in 1 part bleach to 2 parts developer. I'll start with 3 scoops of this because I have quite a lot of hair and quite a lot of root to cover. Now for the 30 volume developer. So there's actually 4 kinds of developer. There's 10, 20, 30 and 40. So the higher the number means the more strong the developer is. So I'll mix in 2 parts. So this is my mixture. Then I'll just mix it up. Yeah, so as I was saying, there's 4 kinds of developer. So 40 is the strongest. And when you're bleaching your hair, you actually want to use either 30 or 40. I personally choose 30 because 40 is like really strong, and like I don't see a need for 40. So for 10 and 20 developer is actually for to be used with toners and not really to be used when you bleach your hair, because those are not very strong. Just mix until you see there's like no clumps of the bleach powder. Okay, so I have my mixture, and now I'm gonna set it aside so that I can section off my hair. So how I'll usually section my hair is by splitting it down the middle first. Then I would break each half into horizontal sections. Then just pin it with one of the clips. So I have one section down here, and I'll do the same on the other side. So now I have 2 sections below and 2 sections on top. So I'll just pin this somewhere so that it doesn't get caught on the other side. Now I'm going to start bleaching my hair, and it's very important to work fast because bleach processes very fast. So you don't want to end up with like here super light, then here is quite dark. So you want to work as fast as you can, but make sure you get like everything. Just take like a 1-inch chunk of hair and apply it on the parts that are the darkest. So since I already have like bleached ends, I only need to bleach the roots, so that's where I'll be applying the dye. So if you have virgin hair, then you don't want to apply the bleach on the roots first. You want to apply it in the midsection and on the ends first before going into the roots, because the roots is closest to your scalp, which emits a lot of heat, which means it will process faster. And what you end up with is hot roots, which means your ends will be darker and your roots will be light. And be very generous with the amount of bleach that you put also. So when it comes to the ends here, just try your best to coat everything, but not overlap it too much with the parts that are already bleached. If not, those are getting even more light and you end up with like a very patchy result also. and also it's causing like unnecessary damage to the parts that are already bleached. Okay, this one is done. Now move on to like the next section here. So I've finished applying it to this section of hair, and now I'm just like massaging the bleach into the roots. And if you think you missed any, just apply more. And for the parts where it's like coming down a bit, right, just kind of use your fingers to push the bleach down a little bit further so that you get those as well. And slowly you'll start to see your hair lightening. Like here, maybe you can already see it's becoming brown and not black anymore. So now I'll be working on this section. Okay, I'm back. So now we did this side, then this side. So now we're gonna do this side, then this side. Since I have like quite a lot of hair on the top, I think I'm gonna break it up into further 2 more sections. But if you don't have a lot of hair, then keep your fringe for the last pieces. And you can see it's even lighter than just now when I last showed you. It's easier to work on like the front sections, especially when you're doing yourself, because you can see. And make sure you get your baby hair over here also. And try to be as neat as possible when you apply. Okay, so I'm done with this side, and as you can see here, it's already becoming brown. That is like roughly the same level of hair as here. So trust me when I say you need to work fast and start with the bottom. And here is also processing nicely, I think. If there's like any more black sections, right, then you want to get them as soon as possible. And now I'll do the same for this second level of hair. Okay, I'm back and I'm gonna work on the top sections now. I'll split this into another 2 and pin the front one away so that it's easier for me to work on. I'll be working on the back one first. Okay, I'm done with this top section and now I'm gonna do the last one. And while you're doing all this, right, be sure to keep an eye on the previous sections, especially the first few, to check that everything is lightening properly, and so you can go back and fix anything if you need to. So for example, like here you can see there's a little bit of black and it's not lightening properly, so I'll just add more bleach there. Now I'm just going back to check all the sections. As you can see, I missed some here, or rather I didn't put enough, so I'm just putting more now. So now same thing, I'll just go and check my whole head to make sure that everything is processing well and I didn't miss anything. Since I still have some excess bleach, I'm actually going to dilute it with some water and shampoo, and then I will remove some of the green from the bottom of my hair. So now I'm back with the diluted bleach mixture, and I'm gonna apply it to the parts that are like super green. I'm gonna do this like super quick because these parts are getting like a bit light already. Okay, so I've left it on for a while and just monitor it like throughout and apply more here and there. I know I look a little bit crazy now, I can't really remove the green from the hair, but I think it will look fine once we apply the dye over and everything will like even itself out. So this time I'll be using like an orange dye to like cancel out the greenish blue hues inside the hair. Okay, I'm gonna go and wash this off and then I'll be right back. So this is what my hair looks like now. It looks a bit crazy, but I think we can even it up with the hair dyes. So as you can see, my roots are like actually quite even, and I try to lighten as much of the green out of my hair as possible. Once we go over with like a warm shade, it will be covered up anyway. So today I'll be dyeing my hair with Hey Tiger, which is a bright orange dye, and I'll be mixing in some 12 AM, which is a blue shade, to make it like a darker color. For my hair length, which is quite long actually, and I have very thick hair, I will need 2 tubs of Hey Tiger. So I'll be preparing the color first. I'm gonna add some 12 AM into the tub to darken the colors. I'm going for like a very auburn kind of natural ginger color. So I'm adding a bit more 12 AM than I usually would add. I changed it to like a bigger container so that I can mix it more easily. So you can see now it's like this very reddish brown color that kind of looks like natural redhead kind of hair. And this was the original color for Hey Tiger. I'm just gonna add like more orange to lighten up the color. And later I'll just keep the excess again so that I can touch up my hair with the same color in future. So if you don't want it to be such a dark brown, right, then just don't add so much 12 AM. But since I want to like cover everything, I'm just gonna make it like a darker brown, a darker orange shade. So this is the final color, and I'm gonna start applying it. For this, you don't really need to be like that precise. So I'm just sectioning my hair into the middle part. I'm gonna start with the bottom section. So when you're doing this, since you just bleached your roots, you want to make sure like you go all the way to the very top, so that you don't have like blonde roots. And for Hey Tiger, you want to like fully saturate the hair. Make sure like every single strand is covered, so that you will get like the best coverage. Hi guys, so this is how the final product turned out. It's not as even as I would like it to be, but it's fine. I will go probably another round of coloring and bleaching, like to just get these parts. But I think it turned out good.